Hey child, and welcome back to my channel. So, a long time no see with the health journey update. First of all, I want to say thank y'all so much for being so supportive along my journey. Y'all know I started this channel as a natural hair influencer, but I'm gonna be honest with you, there are more people, particularly women, who have locked into my social media journey because they are following the fitness tips than they are the hair care journey. I was like, wait, what? Not be a fitness influencer, girl. So for every one of you all who has been following me along this journey on YouTube and my other platforms since 2020 up until now, first of all, thank you. Y'all have no idea how much y'all support keeps me going. Secondly, let's give y'all an update. So like I said, I've been documenting my journey since 2020 on YouTube. There's an entire playlist dedicated to my health journey. But in case you are new here, let me go ahead and catch you up real quick. So I was big, baby. When it came time to eating, she get down, she don't play. And it caught up to me. So I got up to basically like 300 and some pounds. And I say that because at a certain point in time, I stopped weighing myself because I did not want to see that number on the scale. So I decided I needed to do something about it. I wasn't quite having real health issues yet, but I could tell I was knocking right at the door. So in July of 2020, I had weight loss surgery. I had the gastric sleeve procedure, and I went from 300 something down to 205, and that was in about a year's time. And I will say, while the surgery did give me a jump start, surgery never got me under 200 pounds. And this is why I say that. I got pregnant in 2021 and I gave birth to my beautiful baby boy. And y'all know how the hospital has a bed that could weigh you. While I was laying on that bed, I saw that the scale registered at 258. Now I know some of that was some of the IV fluids and all that other stuff, but baby, she had got back up there. A lot of people will tell me that breastfeeding would just make all the weight fall off and all the other stuff. That was not my story. I actually did not lose a single pound while I was breastfeeding. So once I got home from the hospital, I lost a little weight. I got to 245 and I stayed at 245 from March of 2022 up until September of 2022 when I started working very diligently with a trainer. So yes, surgery did give me a jump start, but no, surgery does not work forever. You got to start putting in work. And so I worked with a trainer starting in about August or September of 2022, and I worked with him for 1 year consistently. He took me from 245 to 191. And from there, I have been away from him for about a year. And I can say he was amazing at his job, because in the year that I have been away from him, because he taught me so much about how to fuel my body correctly with food to reach my fitness goals, not to just lose weight on the scale, but to maintain the physique that I wanted. Not only did he do that, but he really shifted my relationship mentally with food, because there's not a fad diet I have not done. For those that have been around me for a long time, y'all know I was a champion for keto and will argue you down about why you should never eat onions again. Honey, I was putting butter in my coffee and all of that, but that's because I had a very unhealthy relationship with food. But my trainer really helped to shift my life. And with me being away from him for 1 year, doing my own eating plan and my own fitness journey based off what he taught me, I took myself from 191 to 168. So I will say though, my son has transitioned to a new school, and then the time that I had to wait for him to get into that school, baby, listen, have you ever raised a 2-year-old? Exhausted. And so I found myself not working out as much as I used to, or not eating as clean as I used to. So I had got back up to 188. But then I was just like, wait a minute, hold on, girl. We didn't invest all this time and respectfully all this money in this journey just to go backwards. And so right now I'm at 182. So to summarize this whole journey, I used to look like this and now I look like this. So in this video, I am going to tell you how I am hitting my personal goal, which is to lose body fat while still maintaining my curves. Let's just be honest, she always been a thick little mama. She will never be skinny. Ain't going for skinny. I like to be curvy. So I'm gonna tell you what I eat, how I work out, any supplements I take, and I do it in a very realistic way. Because like I said, I used to have a very unhealthy relationship with food. I've dealt with binge eating. I've dealt with crazy diets. I used to put butter in my coffee, all of that. But now I'm gonna tell you a very realistic, doable way of doing what I do, and hopefully it can help you too. So let's start with the most important thing: eating. So I definitely say this is tailor-made for me. I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a physician, so definitely check with your doctor before you change anything. You will not sue me, child. But the way I was able to tailor make this was, number one, remembering everything that my trainer taught me, but number two, I use a macro calendar. So definitely just Google a macro calendar and it'll tell you what you need to eat to hit your fitness goal. So me personally, because I live a pretty active lifestyle, I aim for between 16 to 1800 calories a day. I definitely aim for the higher end of it when I'm lifting weights, especially like on a leg day. My body needs that food to like really fuel myself. So I figure the easiest thing to show you is to show you. So let's go through my Fitness Pal. That is the app that I do tend to use to track my food, and I'm gonna show you what a day of eating is looking like for me. So for breakfast, 3 eggs. I am a egg girl. So do 3 eggs, 1 bell pepper, mix it up in there, and then some cheese. Now, should I be eating cheese? No. But am I gonna have it? I absolutely am. So with 2 tablespoons of cheese, that is my breakfast. It's 263 calories. And then I'm gonna have a snack, which is a Core Power Elite protein drink. The one that has 42 grams of protein in it. That's the one that I like, the chocolate one. Chef's kiss. Then I'm gonna go into my lunch, which is gonna be 6 ounces of chicken breast. I use the non-stick spray instead of like an olive oil or anything like that to cook in it. That's just adding extra fat. Then I add 1 cup of jasmine rice. Jasmine rice is just so good. Stay focused. It's so good. And then I will have 2 cups of spinach, just pretty much steam it. And then I'm going to also pair with it as my snack a bag of coarse chips. That entire meal is actually very filling and it is 554 calories. Then for my dinner, I had 6 ounces of salmon, a half a cup of brown rice and quinoa mix, and then 2 more cups of spinach that I steamed. And as an after dinner snack, I am going to have a Quest protein bar. Now, realistically, I should aim to get all of my protein from actual food sources, not like protein drinks and chips and stuff like that. But then again, like I told y'all, I don't have a perfect diet. I'm just doing what realistically works for me. So with everything that I just went over with you, that was about 1600 calories. It was 189 grams of protein, 114 grams of carbs, 51 grams of fat. So with that, I have a high level of protein, so I have the fuel that my body needs to build the muscle, so that as I'm losing weight at the gym by my working out and all of that, I'm still gaining muscle and losing fat. So that's allowing me to build a strong figure, and because I'm doing certain workouts, it's helping me to maintain my curves, but it's keeping my body fat going down. So if you're looking for something to eat, try that out and see how that works for you. That is honestly the most important part of my weight loss journey, is my eating. There are times where I may go a few stretches of days just not working out. Just either I don't have time, I sometimes don't even feel like, I'm a girl, you know, we hit that monthly, I don't be wanting to. But even if I'm not working out, if I eat clean, that helps to balance everything out. So that is what I am eating. Let's get into working out. So recently, I have become addicted to something just because I love the mental challenge and the results that it gives me, but I never thought it was possible. That thing that I'm addicted to is the Stairmaster. What I love about the Stairmaster is, from my experience, I get the benefits of cardio because my heart rate is definitely elevated, baby. But it is also making me feel stronger. Like my core feels stronger, my legs feel stronger, my breathing, my stamina, all over, and especially mentally, I feel stronger. So I originally started off with 5 minutes. Then it was 10 minutes, and I was doing all this at a slow speed just to build up my endurance. And before I knew it, yeah, I was doing 45 minutes on the Stairmaster. For my anniversary of my surgery, I did 60 minutes on the Stairmaster, and when the 60 minutes was over, I wasn't even worn out, and it's because I built up my body strength. So honestly, my favorite form of cardio right now is the Stairmaster. There are periods of time where I will do 45 minutes, I'll do an hour. Sometimes there are times where I do 15 because I want to focus more on strength training. But I do cardio no matter what. I'm always gonna do 15 minutes of cardio every single time I go to the gym. That could be Stairmaster, that could be walking, it could be anything. But no matter what, do your cardio. That is good for your heart health. And if you don't want to go to the extreme of the Stairmaster, that is okay. Do a slow walk on your treadmill and just up the incline. So there are times where I'll do 3 on the speed, and then I'll start off at 3 on the incline and work my way up to 10, kind of rock out there for a little bit. If I'm feeling tired, I cut the speed down, but I keep that incline up, and I find that I still get great results as far as losing weight if I'm just walking. So don't think you got to go to the extreme like me and be doing 45 minutes on the stairs. I'll be honest with you, a lot of that is stress. Amen. It is better that I beat my body up at the gym than to beat somebody in their face. So the stairs is my thing, but don't think you have to do it. Walking is actually great cardio. But I don't only do cardio. The reason that my arms are very droopy now and has a lot of loose skin is because before I started working with a trainer, I did not know the importance of strength training. And so I was just focusing on eating less and walking or jogging. And I was losing weight, but I was also losing a lot of muscle mass. And so I ended up with loose skin in certain places, especially my arms, because I was not lifting heavy enough. And so heavy lifting is actually very, very important to me. Every single time I go to the gym, whether I'm doing 15 minutes of cardio or if I'm doing 45, I'm always gonna do some form of strength training. I love leg days, but I don't only focus on legs. I will do a different body group every single time. So I do my legs on Monday, I'll do my back on Wednesday, I'll do my arms on Thursday or Friday, it just depends on how many times I'm going to the gym. A lot of times I hit legs twice a week though. It's just something that feels good to me. If you've seen my vlogs, you know that I usually try to incorporate some form of a healthy activity in every vlog. I'm very intentional about that. So I'll show myself at the gym, but if you need it, I might just do like a certain video dedicated just to one day at the gym on legs or one day on back, because the back, if you build up your upper back, that's actually what makes the waist look smaller, is because that muscle is up there, and so it's kind of like an optical illusion. But anyway, if it is beneficial to y'all, I will actually go to the gym and just film a whole workout, and it'll be nothing but that for you could follow along with me, and I'll make sure it's easy enough so you can do it at home, because I know not everybody has access to the gym. But every single time I go to the gym, the point I'm making is I do cardio for heart health, and it helps to build up my physical endurance, whether it's 15 minutes, 45 minutes, or 60. But I'm always going to build up muscle, especially as I'm getting older. It is very, very important to me to have that muscle so that I can just have a good quality of life, especially by strengthening my core. So definitely, every time you go to the gym, do your cardio, but pick a muscle group and go crazy. And what I'll do is link some of my favorite exercises down below. I'll see if I can find it on YouTube, but a lot of the stuff that I do, I find it on TikTok, and then I just kind of stick to those same routines and just increase the weights as I go. I find that as long as I'm being consistent, I'm seeing the results. So if you're looking for that information, check out the description box. I will link all of that right there. Now let's get into supplements. So I have not been taking anything except for fiber. This is not sponsored or anything like that. Like, yeah, I do take supplements for my hair growth journey. Shout out to Champion Beauty, link down below. But outside of what I take to help me stay healthy overall, like a prenatal or something like that, the only thing I take is fiber. This isn't sponsored. I was introduced to Bellway through a sponsorship opportunity, like in 2020. They saw my weight loss stuff and they was like, hey, we want to lock in with you. And I ended up continuing to take it off camera. This is the capsule version of their fiber. I actually prefer the gummies, but I took them all up. That's why I don't have none right now. But I actually do rock with Bellway in real life. This is not a sponsored thing. I'm not getting a discount or anything like that, some type of commission to mention them. But I do want to say I do like the Bellway fiber gummies. I find when I take them and drink a whole lot of water, it flushes me out, and this shit, it make their stomach flat. Okay, it just do. Oh, and kombucha. I like kombucha. I find that it helps with Lord, I was gonna say hydration. It helps with digestion. And so between kombucha and fiber, that pretty much is the only thing that I take. I don't take no fat burners. I don't take no shots, nothing like that. Not discrediting anybody's journey, because again, I got medical help in the beginning, so I ain't judging nobody, but I'm just saying the only thing I personally take is fiber to keep things flowing, and kombucha to help break down anything in there and just like really have a really healthy digestive tract. I used to take, it was a enzyme from Hum Nutrition, fire. But at the same time, I'll be honest, although I love Hum Nutrition, I've talked about them a lot on my channel, raved about them, I honestly get the same result by drinking kombucha. And so I was like, well girl, just drink the kombucha, it's a cheaper thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Fiber and kombucha. It helps with the digestion. Drink a lot of water, it helps flush you out, and that's just that on that. Now, that is all that I'm really doing. So let's get into these questions. It really wasn't a lot because I feel like I've been sharing a lot of my journey. And so let's get into what they asked. How often do you do weights when working out? Like I said, every time I go to the gym, I'm always gonna include some form of strength training. Now, if I'm going through something, I'm in a rush or something, cardio is just fine, but I usually aim 3 times a week to hit some form of strength training. I start with legs, then I go to my back, and then I go to my arms. Wash, rinse, repeat. Next, do your friends and family support your journey? 100% they do. I have the most supportive people around me, and I feel like their support helps to, number one, keep me anchored, but also keep me encouraged and holds me accountable because they check on me. Even some of y'all online, I appreciate that. They'll make sure I drink my water, have my iron supplements and stuff like that, but that's more so like my overall health and wellness and hair growth. But they make sure I'm taking care of myself. Very, very supportive. I will say though, what becomes awkward is, y'all know, especially I ain't making this a race thing, but let's be real, in our culture, in black culture, everything revolves around food. Somebody die, you getting some fried chicken. Somebody having a baby, you're having some meatballs. You're having a tailgate or something, you're gonna have some rotel. It's always something with food involved, and that's a cultural thing. That's how we love it and express our care for one another. But that becomes awkward when, first of all, I had surgery, so in the beginning I couldn't eat a lot, and so I'd just be sitting there looking crazy or whatever. Everybody just got it like getting down, and then that would sometimes make people feel bad. But then number two, even though I do eat a lot more now, I'm very picky with my choices, and there have been times where like say I'm out with some girlfriends or something, and let's be honest, I'll never forget where I came from because I was big at one point too, but like a lot of my friends, they are plus size people. I don't judge that because I was that, and I can always go right back to it. And so what I've noticed is, and it's so uncomfortable, if like say we go out to eat and they get like a big fried chicken platter and I get like a blackened chicken with a side salad, then they start having conversations with me about how they want to lose weight. And I'm like, girl, I ain't judge. I don't care nothing about that. Eat your food and hush. But I can understand why, if you are making an unhealthy choice and somebody in your presence making a healthy choice, it can make you uncomfortable. And so that is the issue that I've seen. But overall, other than that, everybody is so supportive. They cheer me on. A lot of people have said that I've encouraged them to change their life. I even got a couple of weight loss babies out there that just makes me feel so good. And when I say weight loss babies, I mean there are people who have followed along with my journey, taking some of the same steps in the same way I was dealing with PCOS and God blessed me with a child. They was dealing with something weight related and God blessed them with a child after they followed the steps. I consider them my little babies, honey. They're my kids. But yeah, overall, when I say I get nothing but love and support, I mean that. There was a stretch of time where there were some people that was disappointed in me because they felt like I was a plus size influence for them in the beauty space, that it meant something to them to see somebody who was unapologetically loud about beauty and they still were in a larger body, and I totally get it. But y'all, I had to do what I had to do for my health, and so I can understand why some people were let down, and I definitely don't ever want anyone to feel like I'm shunning them or think I'm better than them because I'm in a smaller frame now. I'm still same old fat, but I get that. But other than that, everybody else is super supportive. Next, how do you feel? Y'all feel amazing. Life is really, really good. And when I say that, I don't feel like life is good just because I'm smaller. I feel good in my skin because I'm proud of the work that I've been able to do. I appreciate God for this journey and allowing this to be life. The first time I had a trainer in Texas, she put me on a treadmill. I thought I was going to pass away. Here lies the body of Miss Faye. Like seriously, it was horrible. So for me to go from not being able to do 2 minutes to rocking out 60 minutes and like what's up, what's next, and still able to lift weights afterwards, I'm so proud of myself. Like the mental push that it took to get here and to actually get here and still be on this journey, I'm so proud of myself. That feels better than the fact that the scale is smaller now. Now, don't get me wrong, she's glad the scale is smaller, but the sense of love that I've displayed for myself by choosing myself, picking a goal and sticking to it, nothing compares to that, and I mean that. Next, do you still forget you are smaller when shopping for clothes? Yes. It is instinctual for me to automatically look for the biggest. Listen, I grabbed one of my old graphic t-shirts that I got from Buckle, and I put that thing on and I was like, why is this shirt so big, girl? Y'all, that shirt is a 3X. I wear a medium, a large. It just depends on how it's made. But a lot of times I put on a medium shirt. So when I put on my old 3Xs, I'm like, baby, this is a nightgown now. But even still, when I am shopping, my mind automatically goes to larger sizes just because that is what I'm used to. Nobody prepared me. Nobody prepared me of the mental shift that happens when it comes to to shopping and things like that when you are in a smaller frame. It feel good. Okay, it feel good. But yes, I sometimes forget that, you don't have to go to this one department anymore. You can actually shop in the misses. And the last question, I'm struggling with meal prep and drinking water. Any suggestions? That was, okay, so I told y'all when my son was out of school, I ended up putting on a little weight. That's because I was not meal prepping. Honey, the boy drained. Let me not say it because I don't want to sound like he a bird, but he drained me. So taking the time to cooking things like that wasn't a top priority. Now it is, but that's the thing. I had to force myself to make it a priority. If I waited to feel motivated, if I waited till I felt like it, if I waited until the time was right, I would never meal prep. So I really just have to do all of my grocery shopping, wait till he goes to bed, and force myself to stay up and cook some food to last for a few days. I usually do about 3 days at a time because to be honest, I don't like a whole lot of leftovers, but I don't mind cooking every 3 days. So yes, it's one of those things where it don't feel good. You never really want to, but you have to use discipline over feelings and force your way into it. I literally have to think about the results, and that is what gets me going. I look at pictures of people that are fitness influences to me that I'm like, oh, I can see myself in that. That gets me going, okay? Or I'll be honest, there are some clips of Kobe Bryant, he talking his mess, or Michael Jordan, he talking his mess. I listen to people that have accomplished great things and just what inspires them. There are times that I need that energy too. So I'll be cooking my dinners, listening to Kobe Bryant talking or Michael Jordan talking, and just reminding myself, you're not just doing this for the moment, you're doing this for long-term results. You're trying to be something amazing, and so you can't be average. You got to push yourself to do it. And so that is what I do. I listen to things that influence me and that forces me to cook. I don't want to do it, but I have to. And then as far as the water, girl, you and me both, we struggling, okay? I'll be honest. I tried buying cute cups and bottles and all of that. I still be getting busy. But what ends up pushing me is when I start feeling bad, and I'll be like, oh, you ain't drink no water. And that's a horrible thing, okay? I need to do better about that. And that's just me being open, honest, and accountable. I need to do better about drinking water. I do it, but I need to be more consistent. That's just that on that. And that's pretty much the end of my journey, y'all. I don't do fad diets no more. I used to do it, so I ain't judging. I just don't do it. I ain't taking no shots. I've never had any plastic procedures. Y'all know I had gastric sleeve. I was very open and honest about that. Will I ever have plastics? Y'all, I'll be honest. My arms bother me, but again, it's I'm lifting weights now, but that doesn't quite repair what happened with me only doing cardio in the beginning for a year and a half. So I'm self-conscious about my arms, and I do consider getting that repaired. I have considered tummy tucks. I've considered a lot of things. I just haven't done it yet. I do at times feel a little self-conscious because yes, I do have some loose skin or whatever, but at the same time, I also look at it as, Faye, look at what you were. Look at what you were. So if this is what I'm doing now, would you want to go backwards? No, the answer is no. Okay, deal with it. So that is where I'm at now. It's I consider plastics, but it's not a necessity for me right now. I'm just doing the best I can to feel as good about myself as I can. And thankfully, by the grace of God, I'm in a really good place. And so if you have any additional questions, feel free to ask them down below. I'm gonna do my best to get back to y'all in the comment section. It's just been hard for me to keep up because again, my son been at home with me. And so if you have something that is really pressing, feel free to email me. I'm a message away, as long as it ain't something too crazy and personal. Like, if you're like, Faye, what's going on with your love? Like, what that got to do with my weight loss journey, huh? So anyway, that is it for me. I started here, and right now I'm here, and my goal is to get to about 150. I feel like that'll be good for me. Maybe even 145, we'll see. But that is what I'm aiming for, and I can't even say I'm aiming for it. I am going to get there. I'm determined, and it feels good to be back in the game. So if y'all have any questions, leave them down below. I love y'all. Mikey Dada, and I'm out this piece. Bye.